guys, we are down here in Hurricane, Utah, and we're going to give you our first impressions. And I am here with John and his Speed UTV and our Speed UTV.
Our Speed UTV.
I work for him. I'm claiming it. Yep. So we got the Speed, and we're going to go out and give it a thorough testing today.
Thorough testing. We're going to do some high-speed like dirt road stuff and some good whoopie sections and some sand dune stuff and have a good time.
Yeah. So we'll give it a shot, see how it actually does, see if it can put a smile on our face, because you guys called it out last time, like we weren't enjoying ourselves. I mean, we're just trying not to break the thing, okay? Yeah. It's fresh out the box.
Fresh out of the box.
So we just didn't want to break it, and we had some small issues. We'll explain those. But that's kind of what, made our first reaction.
Absolutely. It's a race car. Like all race cars have small issues you gotta work through.
Except for the really good ones. We're gonna get to it, and yeah, stay with us. Alright, so we're about to hit the trail in the Speed. So, fuck it. Let's get another good first impression. But yeah. First impressions, these seatbelts suck. Too many connections. They're great to get out of, but let's be honest, this isn't going to catch fire like a Polaris where I got to escape fast. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway. Get it.
overheating a little bit.
Huh. Interesting.
Didn't overheat yesterday and all, but
Yeah.
it like pulls timing. I mean, I went pedal to the metal there, and it's like not giving me any more. So it's kind of a nice safety thing, I guess.
Alright. So, oddly enough, it's overheating and kind of just limiting how much power we have.
Yeah.
I mean, that was legit. We just cruised through town, got to the trail, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't, I mean,
I don't know how you win a race like that.
no windshield, I guess.
Maybe. Is that really the key? Or is it because we brought extra weight?
Brady, you're slowing us down.
Alright. Huh, that's super strange. How long does it take before it'll drop?
I mean, we're already down 2 bars from where it was.
Which one is which?
It's the
middle?
That's the one that's flashing, the hot and center
Okay.
thing. So water's 192. It was at like 220.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So the fans are doing a good job. They're just smiling, I guess.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I just could let it have this one blocked off. Alright. Pause for a sec. Oh man. That was actually pretty exciting. Like,
The car, it felt pretty good, right?
the handling on it is, I was really surprised. Especially last time we did our first impression, it was on the street. You really can't. You can't judge suspension on a pristine street. Although my camera mount doesn't seem to like it. super planted.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know what I expect, but usually you get a little more kick.
Yeah, a little more like
Some of the other
yep,
ones,
yep.
the tail starts
Kind of
wagging.
walking around. No, this is pretty good.
The only thing I can tell or pick up is it seems like the steering seems a little
Dude,
harder.
it's trying to rip it out of my hands.
Yeah.
Like there's definitely something wrong there.
It just seems like you really, really are working the steering wheel.
So what I'm afraid of is it grabbing hard and like, you know, sending us off the course. So,
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm like, I'm just gripping hard to make sure it doesn't do that. But at the same time, I found if I just kind of let it float in my hands, and it's really not ripping super hard. It's just like little jerks here and there, and it seems to be good. I'm just nervous it's going to grab it and yank us off the trail. But keep moving here, that stuff. Belt temp is 235. I saw it up to 237. Yeah, it's getting warm. Under a ton of load right there. That was pretty flat. Yeah.
Like the power steering is either low or lots of bubbles in the system, or maybe it's just boiling it that fast with everything, all the temps getting so hot so fast. I guess that could be it too. I don't get it. But that was sort of our initial reaction in our first video. Is like the steering was super weird. Yeah. And I could tell that John was struggling with just like the steering wheel being fidgety. Yeah. Like, you know. And then the other issue that we had was, we didn't get it up to operating temp.
Oh yeah, which is not an issue. That's a safety feature, which is actually pretty cool. Yeah.
But when you have a window of like maybe a few degrees and then it's overheating and you're already out of power anyway, it's like on both sides, unless this thing can figure out how to maintain that like 30 degree or 50 degree window. Yeah, we got to figure that out. But yeah, this is our sort of first reaction to the car in sort of an environment where you would actually be driving it, unlike our first one, which was just around the block. Yeah. So let's see how the dune section does. So far, the suspension has felt amazing.
Amazing. Like these other quirks and stuff we're talking about. It's just new car stuff, right? Like we'll figure it out and dial it in, and this car feels amazing to drive. So definitely worth submitting.
It's more of a race car than it is a street car. Where all the other cars on the market, I think they're dialed into more of the creature comforts and street car stuff. Where this,
probably true.
It feels more full-blown race car, which you're gonna have these weird quirks.
Yeah.
So let's get to throwing some sand around.
Let's do it.
back from riding. Somewhat stressful. Anyway, you were taking a drink.
Yeah.
And pondering.
Pondering for a minute. Okay, so stuff I don't like is not really fair because it's like quirky stuff. I don't think it's stuff about the car necessarily, but it's stuff that we're experiencing with this car right now. There's some kind of steering issue with the hydraulic steering stuff, and it's a lot of work. It's on the street, it's fine, but when you're hitting the bumps and stuff, it's like it is trying to rip the steering wheel out of my hands.
Yeah, should be. I'm pretty sure the GoPro captured it, and that's why I had it on your side.
Yeah.
It was just to kind of watch, because from our first video of taking it out, going around the block, just seeing how much you were struggling with the steering, I was just like, it kind of seemed odd. It doesn't seem normal.
It's not. I don't think it's a feature of the car. I don't think it's a feature of the car. I think it's some bug we got to get worked out. So I don't want to put too much emphasis on that. This is stuff that we're experiencing right now. So we'll get that part fixed. The other major headache thing was it overheated like twice on us out there, and in
a matter of a few minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't. We
were basically overheating on the way on the drive back, holding 50, 55 miles an hour on the freeway. Yeah, which you'd think with that much airflow, the car should, that's usually when cars don't overheat, is when they're moving.
Right.
So I get the rear mounted radiator is cool, but is it worth it? Does it actually function better?
Maybe it's not that cool.
Yeah, pun intended. The suspension was great. The
suspension was amazing.
To throw a pro at it, like when we were hitting those whoops, I was like, wow, dude, this is the smoothest I've...
And they were like big whoops too. Yeah. There was a bunch of stuff, and I didn't feel like we even got close to bottoming.
I don't even know if it was the wheelbase or what, but it just kind of just...
Dude, the suspension is amazing. Power feels good. Other than when it cuts out from overheating. Yeah. but power feels good. It's a different kind of power. It's what am I thinking of here? Like turbo lag, I guess. Takes a second for it to build up, and then it kind of kicks in quick.
I'm yet to drive it, but I'm just trying to get my feedback from the passenger seat. And so far, I think I can tell quite a bit about the car and a lot of the personality of it, because I've been in all the other cars in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
And this is the first time I've experienced some of the weirdness that you're getting with it.
Yeah.
But then also, the power comes on, feels great, and you're like, oh, I want more of that.
Yeah.
And it's like, actually, I'm going to overheat.
So again, that is probably a windshield issue. Although even there...
That's sort of hard when the industry has been set to people who are wanting windows nowadays.
Yeah.
6 years ago, before, when windshields were kind of like, I don't know if I really want one. Maybe I'll do a third, whatever.
Yeah.
To now, I feel like windshields are super common.
Super common.
So to have that and know that the market is going towards having windshields and more of the automotive direction that they're going, you'd think you'd account for it.
You're more familiar with like engines and stuff. Is there a chance that maybe there's like an air bubble in the cooling line somewhere that's...
It's either there's an air bubble or there's something going on to where your fans, maybe they're not fully connected. You said you heard them all on the other day, so...
It sounds like they're all on, but to be fair, somebody on the forum did say check to make sure that all three fans are running, and I didn't actually get out and check to make sure all three fans... It sounds like they're all running.
Yeah.
We'll look into that a little bit more.
Definitely check on that and see. I don't know, with the power steering getting all weird, it's like, did they just not top off all the systems? I don't even know where you would get at that, so we'll have to dig into it.
We'll have to look at that too, figure that part out. Yeah, that could be it.
The somewhat frustrating part about this is we haven't done anything out of the box, and I get that it's more race car oriented, but you'd assume that coming out of the box, you'd be able to at least go enjoy it for the first break-in miles.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, now you're going to have to service and get all this stuff done. It's like, I could see that, but the fact that we're just barely cracked 100 miles.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't fully experience the car.
No.
Well, your power probably hasn't fully kicked in. But with the rest of it, it's like, we're more nervous about breaking the car than we are even attempting to try and get the mileage on there.
Yeah. It's going to be difficult to get parts for right now and difficult to service. And yeah. It would have been nice to be handed a car, like you said, out of the box that was ready to go, go play with it, and then you can start adjusting things from there. But again, I don't think these are necessarily features of the car. It's a new program. It's a new everything, you know. And when you want to get the the first ones out, sometimes you have to deal with bugs. Like that's part of the the new iPhone, the new whatever. Like if you want one of the first ones, you got to deal with some of the bugs sometimes. So.
I guess we'll just have to stick with it until after 300 miles, once the break-in's complete, try and work out some of these bugs, and maybe we'll give you a third first impression. Who knows? But until then, see you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for checking out the Speed UTV with us. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe. See you next time.